What's up, everybody? Welcome to the podcast. Hey, today was a really busy day, much like all of our days are, right? But today was a little bit different. So today I actually had a lot of different meetings, a lot of different schedules with people, but throughout the midst of the day, I had two different friends that I hadn't talked to in a long time reach out, text me, and wanted to get together. One wanted to just get together and talk. The other one wanted to hit lunch really quick. And so it's really challenging at times like that to always drop what you're doing, build in more, two more meetings essentially into the day. But I always find that it's really important, and I've always done this in the past as well, and it's something that is completely overlooked, and this is what it is. So when that happens, I always, if the day allows, I'm going to try my hardest to make it happen. Today I made both of them happen. So I ran over, spent an hour, actually a little over an hour with one of my buddies, and really just caught up, talked, listened, did a lot of listening, let him open up, and just covered some really cool stuff. And it was a great just cultivating that relationship moment. Really important. And the second one, literally as I was meeting my one friend, my other buddy texted me and said, "Hey man, can you do lunch today?" So I could, it was really tight, and squeezed in like a 45-minute window, and there was a late lunch, like a 1:30. I was like, "Yep, I can do 1:30. Will that work?" And we did that, and again, hadn't been able to catch up with him for quite some time, and made the time to cultivate that relationship, to nurture a relationship with a friend that was much needed. Again, talked, listened, and just caught up a little bit. So the great thing with these is that when you're breaking down your day and you're making these times to culture those relationships and going into them with an open mind, just to listen to your friends or listen to that person that may be opening up to you about something that they need help with. Sometimes I try to always go into it with okay, is this person needing advice from me, or do I just need to listen? Do they even need to, maybe they just need to talk. There's other times where I feel like, okay, yeah, I can give some advice. I go into each one of those where I don't know yet. I make sure I'm listening to figure that out, to make that decision on what I need to do. Secondly is, I try to go into all of those things with absolutely zero expectation, and just, again, going super open-minded, non-judgmental, and just listen with no expectation. Younger years, I go into things with that expectation of, man, and not always on purpose, but I hope I get something in return at a later date. Maybe it was that day, and not always, meeting with friends, but just in general. And so, one thing I've learned over the years of building great relationships, whether it be with my sponsors, whether it be with friends, even with my wife, is that, we shouldn't live life as creditors or debtors. Just going in with no expectation like that. Nobody owes you anything, and you don't owe anybody anything as well. When you just always go in at 100% great attitude, great things happen. Your outlook changes within these meetings or these get-togethers, and it makes it pretty cool and eye-opening. You're going to hear different things, and it's going to be really effective for your life. So going into these days like this, I know that tonight I am going to lose sleep. I'm going to have to stay up later to get those 2.5 hours back, just because I know I have to get a certain amount of things done today. And so I know I'm going to lose sleep, but it is always worth it. And when I was younger, I didn't always think that. I didn't always think it was worth losing the sleep or worth losing those work hours for something like that. And over time, I've just really learned to value those great relationships, because there's not a ton of them out there. And so don't be afraid to lose sleep to culture a great relationship, or to culture a relationship that you think has the potential to be great. So that's the short podcast tonight, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got something out of it. If you loved it, please share it with somebody or give us a rating on iTunes. Thanks, guys.